Alright, welcome everyone. So here we are into our first chapter, which is called complex numbers. So maybe you might be wondering, what is complex numbers all about? Well, let me show to you, a few things, to show the existence of complex number. Say for example, I give you square root 25. So this is not a big problem. You know what's the answer? Yes, it's going to be 5. Square root 36. No problem, right? 6. But we get into a problem when I give you something like this. Why? Because square root of a negative number, it's math error. But remember, we are mathematicians, so for each problem we try to come up with solution. So what do? Mathematicians, they introduce something. They said let I to be square root of negative 1. So that will help us to do, we can break this, become 25 times negative 1. Based on the property of surd, I can break this up. Square root 25, square root negative 1, that's so guys, what we're going to do is, we want to see how to apply, some properties in complex number. So the first thing is, what is I square? This is very important because later on you're going to be doing multiplication of complex number. So let us recall, what is this I? So we know I is surd negative 1 ma. So this one we square it. So we're going to get surd and square cancel out. So that's going to be negative 1. Hi people. So basically I've been using this mic. I have got no idea why it shuts down by itself. If you happen to know why it shuts down by itself, please make a comment in the comment section. So I will just continue. I'm pretty sure you can hear my voice. I think more than anything is the content that matters. So I'll try to fix this mic for the next videos. Alright, apologies. Alright people, so let us look at this I cube. So you know very well, I cube by law of indices we can break into I square times with I. So I square, we already know what's the value. That is just going to be negative 1. So I'm going to replace that times with I. So I cube can be simplified into negative I. This is something very important that they can ask in the exam. Normally they tend to put this I cube thing in. So they expect you to simplify. So I can even go to something like I power of 4, again law of indices only. So this is going to be I square times with I square. I know this value is going to be negative 1 times with negative 1, so that's just going to be positive 1. So be prepared in order to do this kind of simplification. So basically complex number is written in the form of A plus BI. So what is A plus BI? So A is representing the real part and the B is representing the imaginary part. So if you see here, if they specifically ask what is the real part of a complex number, I can just say it's A. If imaginary part of the complex number is just a number sticking together with the I, it's going to be B. So now, as we have already seen with our number system, we can apply operation. When I say operation, means it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and also division. So here I have given you two complex numbers, Z1 and Z2. We're going to go and do two simple operation on them, which is addition and subtraction. In fact, multiplication is also going to be straightforward. Nothing new, nothing to go like wow. So let us go and do that. So if I take Z1 plus with Z2, so this one I write down negative 3 minus 2i plus 4 minus 4i. So you just do simple algebra. So simple algebra meaning to say negative 3, you take the like term. The like term here is going to be 4. So that is just going to be 1. And then you got your I and your I. So minus 2i minus 4i. Yes, you guessed it right. That is going to be minus 6i. Addition pretty simple. What I want to make point here is regarding the subtraction. So subtraction here we have Z1 minus Z2. So the Z1 here negative 3 minus 2i when you have subtraction, please put everything in bracket because you want to indicate that you minus the entire Z2. So our Z2 here is 4 minus 4i. So if you don't put bracket, you're going to make careless mistake. Why? When you open the bracket, you're going to see the sign is going to change. So here what we're going to get, minus 3 minus 2i minus 4, negative negative is going to be plus 4i. So as what we have done in the previous step, okay, just going to go and add the real and the imaginary part. Okay, so we're done with addition, done with subtraction. Now we're going to see multiplication. So multiplication here, say I give you Z1 times with Z2. So very simple. I'm going to go and put them side by side. So that means negative 3 minus 2i, 4 minus 4i. So when you see two brackets like this, yes, it should remind you of what you did in your secondary school. So basically, we're just going to use what? The generation claw method. So claw method means, okay, you're going to go and expand like that, like that. So here, negative 3 times with 4, so that will be negative 12. Negative, negative going to be positive, so that is going to be 12i. Done with that, now I'm going to go and do this. Negative, positive, minus 8i. Negative, negative, plus 2i times with 4i. That's going to be 8i squared. Just do like algebra. So here we can simplify. I already know the value for I squared. What is I squared? You know the value, right? Negative 1. So you just go ahead and put that. So this one you're going to get 4i. So negative 1. So plus 8 in the bracket negative 1. So you're going to get negative 8 minus 12. So it's going to be negative 20 plus 4i. Easy. Okay, so we're done with multiplication. I hope you can see what I've written down. Okay, so multiplication simple. Now we're going to go and see the next thing, which is division. Alright, so the next one, okay, division of complex number. Of course, division you go and write something like this, Z1 over Z2 like that. So here negative 3 minus 2i, 4 minus 4i. So of course you will go and write like that. How the hell am I supposed to go and do division of complex number? Well, here is where, okay, we need to go and see, okay, another term. What is another term? It's called conjugate. Okay, conjugate. So this term is nothing new. When you were in sekolah mendengar conjugate. Okay, conjugate. So that means if you got any complex number, say z plus di, the conjugate is written in this form. Okay, got a bar on top. So all you have to do is just copy your A, just copy your di. So you just change the sign in the middle. Okay, so if plus, you put minus, minus, plus. Okay, so what's going to happen now? Here you see a denominator, you got 4 minus 4i, right? You need to go and multiply it by its conjugate, meaning to say bawah you darab dengan nilai conjugate, which is 4 plus 4i. Okay. Atas also, you go and write down the same thing. Why I must do that? Because I don't want to change anything. That means if you potong this, you get 1. Meaning to say I didn't change anything. It's because what you are doing bawah, you do atas also. The purpose of us doing this is because we don't want I in our denominator. We shouldn't be having I in our denominator. That's the reason why we go and multiply with conjugate. So basically, when you take this guy, you multiply this, there won't be any I in the denominator. Can we do together? Let's do this. Okay, so you expand bawah, so 4, you get 16 plus, then minus gone. Okay, if you can't see, you just write it down, plus 6i, minus 16i, negative, positive, negative. 4i times 4i is 16i squared. Atas, negative 3, and 4, negative 12, minus 12i, minus 8i, minus 8i squared. And then this guy here, negative 1, you get negative 4, minus 20i. Bawah, this guy, gone. 16, negative 1. Okay. So you're going to get negative 4 minus 20i over 32. Hope that's clear for you. So of course our answer should always be in simplified form. Okay, should always be in simplified form. So what should this guy, okay, what should you do to this guy? Okay, so the calculation just now, okay, we already gone until there. And I asked you what we should be doing with this guy. If you actually see this is just algebra whereby you have triangle terbalik like this. So when you got something like that, then you should split it. So when you split it, it becomes negative 4 over 32. Then this one is minus 20 over 32. So now what I can do is, just put this thing in your calculator. So when you put this thing in your calculator, it becomes negative 1 over 8. Minus this one, you can simplify. Okay, in your calculator, divide by 4. So 5 over. Okay, in exam, they would give something called I cube. So this one